Good afternoon. Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College for game number 2 of today's doubleheader between VolState and Roane State in TCCAA action. Lady Pioneers just defeated Roane State 4-2.
Hey, you're doing a great job, Will.
Game 1. Thank you very much. Roane State's lineup just delivered to the press box, so appreciate that, young man wearing a VolState hat. Didn't know we have a microphone out there. Probably ought to let folks know that. 80 degrees as we are about set for game number 2. VolState with 4 runs in the first game on 9 hits. State left 7 runners aboard. Committed 1 error in the game. Roane State 2 runs, they were unearned runs on 5 hits. They did not commit an error in the game. Brooklyn Levin with the win, moves to 9-3 on the season. Laura Walker out in the circle to begin game 2. Sophomore out of Greenbrier, Tennessee. We can get to. So we do have Roane State up and running on the stream. Laura Walker, this will be her 11th appearance, 6th start. She's a 4-1 record, 4.78 ERA, 26 1/3 innings of work, giving up 30 hits, 20 runs, only 18 earned. Walked 9, struck out 22. As she is set to face Delaney Schrader, Shelby Armstrong, and Alexis Morrison. We are set to begin. First pitch by Walker misses the zone. Addie Knoll behind the plate for game 2, freshman out of Liberty Creek High School. Swing and a miss by Schrader from Farragut High School. 1 for 4 in game 1. And an RBI, also a strikeout. Going high out to left field, but Dillard out there makes the catch for out number 1. Caitlin Dillard, starting left fielder in game 1. She's taken out for the last 2 innings. That brings Shelby Armstrong to the plate. Walker's first pitch outside. Armstrong 2 for 3 in game 1. Had an RBI. It's also hit by pitch. Nearly hit by that pitch. It's called a strike as well. Walker, sophomore from Greenbrier, Tennessee, a health science major. Daughter of James and Sarah Walker. She gets ahead in the count to the Roane State shortstop. Go to Pawpaw and Barbara in Madison, Tennessee. Grandpa and Grandma in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. A little slider there from Walker. Down goes Armstrong on the strike. So it's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. And Morrison playing first base again in this contest. stands in. She was 1 for 2. Drew 2 walks. Also struck out once. On deck is Emily Hawks. Caitlin Dillard in left, Anna Harrison in center, Shelby Green in right. Carly Costley at third, Erica Abbott at short, Michaela Fuqua at second. Lydia Kirby, who caught in game 1, she's out over at first base here in game 2 as Addie Knoll is taking over behind the plate. Off the end of the bat, Swib to Abbott at first base, or at shortstop, and throws over to first base. To complete the 1-2-3 inning for Laura Walker. Good start for the right-handed sophomore. She goes 1-2-3. Go to the bottom of the first. VolState will come to the plate to see if they can get the advantage here in game 2. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Kayla Fuqua, Erica Abbott, Lydia Kirby set to take on Bree McCamey out in the circle for Roane State Community College out of Harriman, Tennessee. Kayla Fuqua did something that she hasn't done all year long. That's strike out 3 times in the game. She looks at a pitch there that didn't look close from my vantage point, but plate umpire Tim Coffey said that's a strike. Fuqua also had an infield single and scored the tying run at the time in the 5th. So high out to left field. Catch is made out there by Kaylee Kyle for out number 1. Outfield the same for Roane State. Kaylee Kyle in left, Kyla Swafford in center, Sarah Bogoski in right as Erica Abbott steps in. Bree McCamey, at least her 9th appearance. Have all the stats in for Roane State. The doubleheader against Motlow State has not been scored and has not updated in the statistics. So I don't know what happened in those games. Strike on the outside corner. Printed the stat sheet up until that point. Katie has 1 win. Her only decision is a hot shot backhanded by Morris in the first. And Abbott is retired on a 1-hop grounder. Brings up Lydia Kirby. 1 for 3 in game 1. She hit a shot at shortstop Shelby Armstrong. I put down as a double. I asked Christian Lynn, the head coach, how they scored that in the dugout. They said they scored it as a hit as well. There's a called strike to Kirby. Lydia has not had the home run stroke yet this year. She only has one big fly at 16 a year ago. Go along with 103 RBIs, which was second in the country in Division I softball. And she was voted an All-American, first team All-American. Katie Davis, her teammate from last year, was voted second team All-American. That's a base hit into right center field. A 2-out knock by Kirby. Allows Shelby Green to come to the plate. Shelby 1 for 3 in game 1. She hit a double in the left center field. Also had 2 strikeouts. Green came into the day hitting .338. 6 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, 30 RBIs. 1-0 pitch on the outside corner. Kirby did get a stolen base in game 1. She stole third. That was when the third baseman, Abby Goodall, playing well in. Probably when Carly Cosley was at the plate. She ended up sliding into third behind her. Count now goes to 2 balls and a strike. The ladies are singing. Carly Cosley in the on-deck circle. Ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through into right field. Green beats that out. Kirby heads on to third. A little something brewing here in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back singles brought to you by Hit After Hit. Lynn Pilkington Shop in Nashville, Tennessee. Sporting goods. All you need to get you youngster fitted out for the upcoming baseball season. Carly Cosley, for her first hit of the day, went 0 for 2. Fouls that one off the pole, just to the left of the broadcast booth. Cosley also drew a walk in game 1. On deck is Kylie Maldonado. First and third, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Cosley slices one into left field. That will score a run, and she's going to move on down to second base with a do-dat double. She hustled down there. Kaylee Kyle got to the ball pretty quickly, but did not think about throwing the ball to second to keep Cosley off of second base. So I guess somebody could construe that as a single. She didn't look to me like she was going to stop, and there's the Framework Athletics first run of the game, scored by Lydia Kirby, and VolState takes a 1-0 lead. Popped out to left field by Maldonado. That'll end the inning. Before VolState picks up 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. VolState gets the party started in game 2. We'll take a break and be right back with the top of the second inning. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Roane State, who went down in order in the top of the first. It's Emily Hawks, Abby Goodall, Jaslyn Ward. First pitch fouled off. Laura Walker in the circle for VolState. Brooklyn Levin, a complete game. 5 hitters, give up 2 unearned runs in the 4-2 win by VolState. That's lined out to left field. Diller's not going to be able to get to that one. Gets to it quickly off the fence. Can't get it back in quickly enough as Emily Hawks picks up her first hit of the afternoon. It's a leadoff double here in the second. Walker tried to change up Hawks. Hawks was ready for it. Emily Hawks 0 for 4 in game 1. Couple strikeouts, couple groundouts. Ellie Woodall 0 for 3. Did reach on a walk. Walker delivers a called strike on the first pitch. Laced into left field, that'll get down for a base hit. Dillard with a strong throw to the cutoff. Keep runners at first and third here as Roane State trying to get on the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard here in game number 2. 2 players who went 0 for 7 in game 1 delivered a double and a single here in the second. Jaslyn Ward, who did not play in the first game, get her first at-bat. Not sure what she did in the 2 games against Motlow, if she played at all. Prior to that, she's 3 for 6 with 3 doubles and 4 RBIs. Playing in her at least her 5th game of the year. So not a large resume there. Walker misses on the 0-1. Jaslyn Ward, a freshman from McMinnville. She's a catcher. Today she's the DP. Out of here with nobody out, runners at first and third. Swinging a foul tip maybe into the glove. Walker now ahead 1-2. She is looking for a strikeout. On deck, Sarah Bogoski, the right fielder. Swing and a miss, and there is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. First out of the second. Second strikeout of the game for Walker. Sarah Boguski stands in. Boguski 0 for 3 in the first game, did reach on an error and scored the first run of the game in the second inning. On deck, Kaylee Kyle, the left fielder. State trying to get out of the inning. The first 2 reached on base hits. Dusky, another freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. There it goes. Throw down to second. It is high. It goes into center field. And a run will score on the error on Addie Knoll. Give Goodall a stolen base. chance, I guess that could be. That gets over the head of Anna Harrison. Another run's going to come in on the double by Sarah Boguski. Put Roane State 2 runs on the board and some RBI double to drive in Goodall. Roane State, if you're going down 1-0 in the bottom of the first, gotten that one back and played add-on. Error does not figure into the scoring now, as that double would have driven in Hawks anyways. The first pitch to Kaylee Kyle in there for a called strike. Three hits in the inning for Roane State. Kyle was 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in game 1. Walker still with just 1 out, 2 runs in here in the second, which is when Roane scored their 2 runs in game 1. Swing and a miss. Again, Walker's going to be looking for a strikeout. On deck, the number 9 hitter, Kyla Swafford. Kyle, a freshman from Kingston, Tennessee. Fouled that one off. That got a pretty decent piece of Tim Coffey behind home plate. Takes the mask off and walks off to the left side. Let's see if all-world trainer Justin McKinney's going to need to come in. And you don't want to rub it, Tim. Just don't rub it, okay? Trying to shake that off. Justin McKinney, athletic trainer here at VolState. It's in his 12th year. Also like to thank High Point Health Sumner with Ascension St. Thomas as one of the athletic supporters here at VolState. They were, that just struck her out. Can't do that. That's not fair. She didn't even see a pitch. They helped Justin McKinney with the health care as slow changeup misses down for the full count. Ministries full count. High Point Health Sumner with Ascension St. Thomas, formerly known as Sumner Regional Medical Center, located in the heart of Gallatin. Full count pitch is high, ball 4. First walk of the game by Walker brings up the number 9 hole hitter, Kyla Swafford. Swafford 1 for 3 in game 1, a fly out, ground out, a single to left. State with a 2-1 lead. They bat here in the second. VolState go up to Pellissippi State and drop 3 games. Wow. Man. They lost 3 games by a total of 4 runs. Athletic Director Bobby Hudson just showing me the scores of the VolState men's baseball team against Pellissippi. Hop up out to center field. Anna Harrison back, makes the catch. Throw to third, not in time. Both runners are going to move up. Ball not thrown. And again, I don't have the help up here, and I didn't show you the play. Distracted. 2 outs, runners at second and third now. Harrison, you have to just act like radio on that one. Harrison made the catch in relatively deep center field. Called on the outside corner to lead off batter, Delaney Schrader. Trying to give you 2 angles here, folks. Trying to give you the up close, a little more zoomed in Got my finger on the button for the wide shot, but for some reason that finger just doesn't want to work when it's supposed to. So productive out by Kyla Swafford, who flew out to center field, and both runners moved up. Harrison kind of bounced the throw to Erica Abbott. That pitch in there for a called strike. That goes 1-2. Abbott did not cut it off. It ended up rolling to the third baseman, Carly Costley. And because of that, Kaylee Kyle was able to move up to second. So 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the order. Walker with a 1-2 count. And she's going to get a called strike 3 as she locked up Delaney Schrader for a backward K. And it's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. Strikeout. Third of the game for Walker. Roane State puts 2 on the board. They are earned runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error in the inning that did not factor. And 2 runners stranded in scoring position. VolState finds himself behind again. Let's see what they can do in the bottom of the second. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Bottom of the second. VolState will send 7, 8, and 9 to face Bree McCamey. Gave up 3 hits, only 1 run in that bottom of the first. But first, we're going to have a plate cleaning ceremony. Tim Coffey comes out and sweeps up a bit as the left-handed hitting Caitlin Dillard stands in. Dillard 3 for 3 in game 1. Pops that one up. That's not going to be a hit. Popping it out to Kaylee Kyle for out number 1. First pitch swinging. Dillard retired for the first time today. The last 2 outs been made by Kyle in left field. That brings Addie Knoll to the plate. First time she's stood there with a stick in hand. She's a true freshman from right here in Gallatin, Tennessee. She went to high school, the new high school, Liberty Creek. The Liberty Creek Wolves. A nursing major here at VolState, the daughter of Sean and Sarah, brother to Jake and Max. Takes another strike. She's down in the count 0-2 with Anna Harrison waiting on deck. Knoll playing in their 4th game of the year. She drives wide to left center field. That's going to get down, and her 1,000 batting average is going to stay at 1,000, and she's going to get in with a double. Mike could call that a single and an error. Actually, on my book, I'm going to do it. Center fielder Kyla Swafford, and it bounced off her glove. Kind of looked like she was being a little nonchalant out there. Kicked off her glove, and that's when Addie Knoll kicked it into a little higher gear and went to second. Anna Harrison stands in with 1 out and a runner at second base. Harrison 1 for 3 in game 1, scored a run as well. Harrison has some grandparents here, I believe, or her parents. Ground ball, that's going to sneak through into center field. That's going to be an RBI single for Anna Harrison. Now they're all tied up. It's funny how the Lady Pioneers start hitting when the super fans show up. The Tostenson family has arrived. Dr. Wendy L. and Kyle B. Tostenson. There it goes. Pitch called a strike. Safe at second base. Former JUCO baseball player. Kyle Tostenson, the husband of President Wendy L. They call her Dr. T around here. Kayla Fuquay flew out to left field in her first appearance. She's 1 for 5 today. That is very unusual for Michaela Fuquay in a doubleheader. She's going to pop this one. Chance on a play. Armstrong over. She's going to make the catch in foul territory. Kayla Fuquay having a day I haven't seen her have in a while. Normally you see her on base causing all kinds of havoc. Sophomore out of Austin High School in Decatur, Alabama. It's not Greenbow. It's in Decatur. 2 daughters, 3 grandkids rolled through Decatur, Alabama yesterday, coming from Mississippi on the way up for spring break week at the old Reese household. They rolled in about 10:30 last night. 1-0 pitch. Out to center field. That is right at Kyla Swafford, who makes the snag for out number 3. So a line out by Erica Abbott ends the inning, but VolState able to tie this one up. Back-to-back singles, an error did cause, at least on my scorebook, probably on Christian Lynn's, he's probably got that as a double. On mine, it's an unearned run. Doesn't matter on the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard, it still shows up under the second inning. So we're all tied up here at the Nichols Softball Complex on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Laura Walker back in circle for Lady Pioneers. She will face 2, 3, and 4 of the Roane State lineup. Shelby Armstrong, Alexis Morrison, and Emily Hawks as Armstrong fouls the first pitch back. She struck out swinging in the first. Walker retired to side in order. First 3 fly out, strikeout, and ground out. Different story in the top of the second, though. Gave up 3 hits, and now, speaking of hits, she has just hit a batter. The negative of that is put a runner on base. First hit batter by Walker, second hit batter by a Pioneer pitcher today. But she didn't mean to, pretty sure. Alexis Morrison stands in. Surely you're going to check that. Mostly a swing right there. I don't think. Maybe there's a chance Mr. Barrett down there wasn't watching. There's a pretty good chance that Morrison went around on that swing, but they say no. 2 balls and no strikes. Morrison grounded out to Abbott in the first. Hit that one right off the knob of the bat. That doesn't really result in a long throw. Strike called. Throw down a second is not in time. Stolen base for Armstrong. It's her third of the day. 2 balls and a strike to the batter. Runner now at second base. VolState scored 1 in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the second. There's a ground ball that's going to get through the left side. Dillard charges, throws, gets by the underneath the glove of Costley, but Morrison won't be able to advance. Now runners at the corners with nobody out. That hit batter right there. Kind of like a leadoff walk. Emily Hawks, who doubled to lead off the second, stands in. She's a right-handed hitter. Hawks, after 21 games, had a .245 batting average. That's a healthy cut there, comes up empty. Leading hitter on their team is Alexis Morrison, who just got that single. 26 hits. That's coming into today. Is 10 more hits than any other Lady Raider. She also leads the squad in home runs. She has 6 of their 16. Now, when you add up how many home runs they have, only shows they have 11. I don't know how this works. Swing and a miss. Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout for out number 1. 4th strikeout for Walker. Abby Goodall singled and scored in the second. Stands in with runners at the corners and 1 out. Fastball misses outside. Foul tip right off the end of that bat. Abby Knoll, the freshman catcher behind the plate. I believe she was injured at the beginning of the year. Just now gotten back to where she's playing. This is her 4th game of the year. Runner goes. Throw down to second. It's in the dirt. And a stolen base of home gives Roane State the lead. And a 1-2 count. Count a stolen base. I believe is how they'll count that for Armstrong. Morrison picks up a steal as well, second. Walker delivers wide of the mark. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a back and forth affair here in game 2. Game 1, Roane State scored 2 runs in the second. Led until the bottom of the 5th when VolState scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th. There's a line drive base hit in the left field. Dillard charges, kicks it, and that's going to score another run. The defense failing a bit here for VolState. Not an RBI for Goodall. She goes to second on the error. Morrison comes in to score on the error by left fielder Caitlin Dillard. Second error of the game for the Lady Pioneers. First one did not result in a run being scored. That run would have scored anyway on the hits, but 2 hits in the inning and a hit batter resulted in 2 runs scoring as the error has put Roane State up 4-2. Jaslyn Ward, a strikeout victim in the second, stands in. Swing and a miss. Wind still mildly blowing straight out to center field. A few fans out there sitting in chairs on the berm. Said it earlier, I thought when I came to the park there'd be several that were going to be going out of here today when I saw that U.S. flag as I drove in. There's not been one ball that's even come close. Foul tip and back. Printed off of Roane State's stats here, and unless there's a player swinging a miss, it's 2 outs. Sometimes you'll have a player that's been on the roster and is in the stats, but if they leave the team, then somehow their stats still showing the totals, but their name is not showing them. If that's the case, that person had 5 home runs, which I wouldn't expect that's what's happened. So Sarah Bogoski, she had a double, drove in a run. Just had another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. That inside pitch foul down the third baseline. Walker is ahead 0-2. Walker with 5 strikeouts here in 2 2/3 innings. 5 of the 8 outs via the Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Started to go, able to hold up on the pitch outside. Gusky, one of several young ladies from Knoxville, Tennessee on the roster. She lines one in the right field. On comes Green. She can't get it on the fly, but she does keep the runner at third. She got the ball in her glove. 2-out base hit by Vygotsky. She is 1 or 2 for 2. Goodall ends up at third base with 2 outs. Now 3 hits in the inning. 6 for the game for Roane State. Brings up Kaylee Kyle, who walked in the second. Swings and misses here. Kyle, the only player on the roster from Kingston, Tennessee. She's a freshman. Fouls that one straight back. Shelby Armstrong is a sophomore. Abby Goodall is a sophomore. Emily Hawks, a sophomore. And Alexis Morrison. So 4 sophomores in the batting lineup for Roane State. Everybody else, your guess is right. They're freshmen. Can't have any juniors here. Pitch is high. Noel will let the runner go down to second base. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Kaylee Kyle, 1-2 count on deck is Kyla Swafford. Swing and a miss. And another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Down goes Kyle, and VolState finally gets out of the inning. 2 runs. Do some figuring to see if they're both earned. 3 hits, 1 big error, and 2 runners left on base. 4-2, Roane State leads. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Lady Pioneers trail as they come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Roane State matching VolState's single runs in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second with 2 runs each in the top of the second and top of the third. Lydia Kirby, Shelby Green, and Carly Costley. The bat here is a high fly ball to deep center field, and finally somebody has left the yard, and it's one for the good side. Lydia Kirby with an about-time second home run of the season. Drives it out of here to dead center. One swing, and VolState trims the lead to 1. "16 home runs a year ago." As head coach Marty McDaniel out of his dugout for a change, and I think that's going to do it for Bree McCamey. She's going to end up going 2+ innings. We've got a new pitcher out in the circle. There we go. Finally, I find the roster. Jenna Sims, a sophomore, will come out and replace Bree McCamey. She's from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. Gonna have to go Saudi Daisy, or pretty close to Saudi Daisy, in Dunlap, Tennessee, pretty soon. I got to clean a hot tub. Got an Airbnb. My job once a month is go clean that hot tub. I don't really like cleaning hot tubs. VolState's put 1 on the board in the first, second, and third. They will hit here facing a new pitcher, third pitcher of the day for Roane State, second of the ball game. Jenna Sims comes in to relieve Bree McCamey. Sims, at least 9 appearances, 32+ innings of work, just a little less than a 5 ERA. In the face, Shelby Green, and she looks at a called strike. Let her high right down Broad Street. Green singled in the first. Called strike on a pitch that winked at the front corner. Green down in the count 0-2. Good looking pitch there, but Green nonchalantly took it. Got out of the glove of Hawks. Just a 1-2 count. Lydia Kirby led off the bottom of the third with a solo home run to dead center. Wind is blowing out here at Nichols Softball Complex. We are on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Smoked, backhanded by Morrison at first base. She's made 2 really nice plays there on balls absolutely drilled. That's a stab of a hard shot ground ball. Shelby Green. I don't know that you can hit the ball any harder than that. Now Carly Costley, who doubled first time she came to the plate. Swings and misses. One ball, one strike. So he has to get out of that inside fastball. Possibly had an RBI double in that first inning. Ball 4. 1 out walk. Sims had 9 walks in her first 32 2/3 innings of work. Now facing Kylie Maldonado. Maldonado flew out to the left fielder to end the first inning. Kylie now lives in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Formerly lived in Rancho Cucamonga, California. She's a transfer from Ottawa University. It's a ground ball into the 5-6 hole. That squeaks through and under the glove of the diving shortstop, Armstrong. And now first and second with 1 out. Maldonado picks up her second hit of the day. 1 for 3 in game 1. Now Caitlin Dillard is 3 for 4 on the day, stands in. 2 hits in the inning. Strike called and a right-handed batter's box. That's a big ball, and there's nothing soft about it. This is like a drop ball from my vantage point. I don't have all the vernacular of softball pitches. Looked like it took a dip when it got to the plate, but it was thrown with a little bit of pace. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher off a glove, and everybody's going to be safe. Let's see how that game changer, if I can be able to get that up quick enough again. See how they score that down in the dugout. Caitlin Dillard at the plate. Like I said, Addie Knoll at the plate. Written in whether that's an error or a hit. But I don't have the credentials to sign in the game changer to be able to find that out, but they do. Strike called. You got to pay money to game changer, and you know I'm kind of tightwad. I'll buy a new camera, you know. I'll buy a $375 810 mini Blackmagic camera switcher, but man, don't get me to pay $29.99 a year for game changer. I have no idea what it costs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases are jammed with Lady Pioneers. 1 run already in on the solo home run by Kirby, and a pitch from Sims misses outside. Now goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Freshman Addie Knoll swings and misses. She's down on strikes. She singled in her first at-bat into left center field. Anna Harrison's going to be taken down for a pinch hitter. Kirsten Smith will come in, the would-be broadcaster. Kirsten helped on the basketball broadcast this year. Had her with a headset on for 1 game. Then she helped with camera or sound or directing, producing. A freshman out of Louisville, Ballard High School. Drives one right back up the middle. That's going to score at least one. Here comes the second runner. And a pinch hit. 2-run single for Kirsten Smith. Put VolState back up on top. Now Smith's going to be taken down for Anna Harrison, who will re-enter. Not a bad little day's work right there as Smith drives in 2 runs. Caitlin Dillard now out at second base. And Anna Harrison at first as Michaela Fuqua comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2. Let me tell you, I guarantee she's hungry. And I mean for a hit, not for food. She ain't bigger than a minute, but she has had a tough day at the plate. Has had 1 hit in 6 plate appearances. Somebody's used to getting on base 1 out of every 2 times. She grounds out there to end the inning. It's played by Abby Goodall to throw out the speedy Michaela Fuqua. The Pioneers scored 3 runs, get right back out on top on 4 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third for VolState. A 5-4 lead. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning, VolState with a 5-4. In the circle, facing 9-1-2 Roane State. Popped up to the left side. Oh for 2 in this game. He is 1 for 6 on the afternoon. Right-handed hitter from Farragut High School. They've produced a few athletes in their time. Player after player. I know baseball player. Chip Harris has just checked in on the back line. Wonder who he's checking on. 2 balls, no strikes. Chip just sent a text, said he misses hearing my voice for baseball. I miss going on the road with you guys, but not getting any younger. A little easier just to drive from my house to the campus here, call a couple softball games. You got to give some love to the ladies softball players. That's high and deep in left center field. I don't think the park's going to hold that one, and it won't. Laney Schrader's just tied this game up with a solo home run. Don't know how many she's hit. That could be her first, unless she hits some at Motlow State. Those Those stats, of course, if you've been with me the whole game, you know they're not updated yet. Somebody get on Roane State's coaches. The women's basketball team didn't have updated stats either the entire year. Very frustrating for a broadcaster. Not that it bothered me that much. Bothered me a lot, actually. I like to have my stuff ready. And I don't like to be telling people that, well, the stats aren't complete. I scared Christian Lynn enough. He was up here right before the game started here, finally getting the stats in. I go on the road with Jim McGuire and the baseball team. He and I are meeting in his hotel room the night after, or the night of the game, going over the stats, and he puts them in there and gets them ready so I have them available for the doubleheader the next day. I like to be accurate. I'm not perfect, but I do like to be accurate. Shelby Armstrong stands in. She's 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch. Scored a run in the third. Fly ball out to right field. Back goes Green. She's still going back. She can't get that. It lands on the warning track. And another extra base hit for Roane State. Third double of the game for the Lady Raiders. Alexis Morrison stands in. She's the home run leader for the Lady Raiders. Came in with at least 6. Called strike. Tim Coffey's letting us know what he believes of those pitches. Swing and a miss. Morrison grounded out in the first, singled and scored in the third. Problem is, Chip, when you're on the road, you're not going to hear me broadcast the baseball game. As Morrison goes down swinging. Another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. 7 in the game for Laura Walker. Now 2 outs here in the fourth. Walker came in with 22 strikeouts and 26 innings of work. She has 7 here in 3 2/3. This fly ball out to deep center field. Anna Harrison goes back. She makes the catch at the fence. What a catch by Anna Harrison. She made the catch and ran out of room, and I don't know if she ate some of the chain link out there or not, but she is running in. She looks okay. What a catch. Put a star by that one. And that kept this game tied. Chip Harris is going to be pretty happy about that play right there. You'll have to ask her all about it. Go back and check it out 50 times. Bump up our views on the VolState broadcast here. Just in case you don't know this, if you want to make sure that you're notified when VolState softball or baseball or basketball comes on the air, you can hit the subscribe button. It'll let you know when we come on. Take a quick break. I'll be right back. Jenna Sims back out in the circle for Roane State. This game is tied. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Lady Pioneers. Erica Abbott. Split grip from the left side. She's going to take a ball. Erica cooled off a bit here lately. 0 for 2 in this game. 1 for 3 in game 1. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. Probably a pitch she'll try to drive in the left center field. Sims puts it there again. Sims came on in relief after one batter in the third. Instead, she's going to pull that one. This is going to get by Morrison at first base. She'll leg it out for a single. Erica Abbott needs to get hot for the Lady Pioneers, and Lydia Kirby stands in. She's hot. 2 for 2 in this game. Scored 2 of the 5. Hit her second home run of the year to dead center field in the last at-bat. And that was the end of the day for Bree McCamey. Strike called as Abbott bluffed from first. Of course, Kirby's in scoring position when she steps to the plate. Ground ball foul by Alyssa Costley, the first base coach. Former pitcher for the Lady Pioneers. She is the A sister of Carly Costley. Carly's got a few. Carly and Alyssa have a few. 1, 2, 3, 4 siblings showing. 0-2 pitch misses outside for the Costley clan. Alyssa, that's the one down at first base. Kayla, Brandon, and Brady. Kirby raises her hands, pops that one up in the infield. Armstrong and Goodall will come together. Goodall thought she needed an extra put out on her stat sheet. She makes the catch right in front of Armstrong. As Lydia Kirby is retired. That brings Shelby Green to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Shelby dates a boy, too. He's a baseball player. He just doesn't play for VolState anymore. Plays for Columbia State. He's a Charger. Which is low and outside. Abbott says, I'll swipe this bag now. Another stolen base for Erica Abbott. First of this game. Third of the day. She's trying to pick up Michaela Fuqua, who's leading the conference in that category. Fuqua not been able to get on the base. Drilled into right center field. That will hit off the fence. Shelby Green will cruise into second base with a do-dat double. An RBI to put VolState back up 6-5. Shelby Green hit about 3/4 up the fence, maybe even a little higher. She about line drive one right out of the park here. Thanks to Dudat Communications for their support of VolState Athletics. Craig Sinnard and the gang at Dudat, located in the industrial park where Framework Athletics and Full Count Ministries is also located. Carly Costley stands in from the left side, takes ball 1. Craig Sinnard's got a son, Luke Sinnard, who was the 3rd-round draft pick by the Atlanta Braves out of Indiana University. Last year's draft. Luke finished up his high school pitching career with Chase Burns, who was the number 2 draft pick in the first round last year by the Cincinnati Reds. Burns started his career at Tennessee. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Finished up at Wake Forest. Luke Sinnard started his career at Western Kentucky and then finished up at Indiana. Both of them graduated at Beach High School just down the road here in Sumner County. Swing and a miss by Costley. So, two very talented pitchers got Beach High School to the state championship that year. They did not win. But they competed. 2-2 pitch. Tapper, that will go foul. Costley at first base will step aside, let somebody else get that one. Of course, Beach High School is coached by a former VolState baseball player, Chris McWhirter. Started at the University of Alabama and then came to VolState. He's from Goodlettsville, Tennessee. And he got drafted. Tapper to third. Goodall fully reconnected. So hopefully we're back on. Maldonado takes ball 2. But we might not. We are 6-5. 2 balls, ground ball to third. Goodall bobbles, gloves, throws on. A nice stretch there by Morrison at first to retire Maldonado. A couple ground outs to third. In the inning, but VolState scores 1 on an RBI double by Shelby Green to take the lead back 6-5. 1 runner left on base. We will go to the top of the 5th inning. Laura Walker back out in the circle. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Top of the 5th. Abby Goodall, Jaslyn Ward, and Sarah Bogoski scheduled. First pitch swinging out to center field. Anna Harrison comes on, makes the catch for out number 1. That was, in fact, Abby Goodall, the third baseman. She was 2 for 2 before that out. Now a pinch hitter. At least somebody does not have the number 9 on. That's what they said Jaslyn Ward had. The DP, but this is number 6. That's Olivia Day again. So let's see the coach come in and talk to the umpire. Maybe there's a chance that Olivia Day hit the last time. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Day from Walker, now 2-1. Well, whoever batted in this slot in the 2nd and the 3rd struck out. Whether that was Jaslyn Ward or Olivia Day, but Day here singles to right field. As in softball, you need to hustle those base hits to right field out. Get that 1 out up on the board. Otherwise, you'll get thrown out. Nobody likes to be thrown out by a right fielder. Sarah Bogoski will stand in. She's also 2 for 2. double, drove in a run in the second, singled, and was stranded at second. Pop this one out to center field. Harrison is back. She's at the fence. She leaps and can't make the grab. That wind is really popping out to center field. That's a 2-run home run to put Roane State back on top on this seesaw game as Bogoski gets a 2-run homer. She's 3 for 3. Harrison got to the fence pretty quickly, put her left hand on it, leapt, jumped high. President of the college is here. I'm going to have to use good English. So she's a political science. Okay, so we ain't worrying about it. Kaylee Kyle stands in, I think. It is number 3. Olivia Day with a 1-out single and Sarah Bogoski with a 2-run home run. Popped up and out of play. Bogoski showed at least in her first 21 games she had 2 home runs, so maybe that's at least her 3rd of the year. The stats aren't updated. Kaylee Kyle 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Looks at ball 1. I'm making myself reach so far. Changeup fouled back. On deck, Kyla Swafford. You know, I broadcast baseball, Kyle, and I get all kinds of emails during the game. The softball folks, first of all, there's not very many. That I guess they just don't know. I don't have a big support base there. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kyle. People are just shy. Another Chick-fil-A at Gallatin strikeout. 8 in the ball game. Fortunately, VolState trails 7-6. Back and forth we go. Popped up. This could be playable. Over is Costly. She's going to make the catch right in front of all of her friends. Her teammates are out number 3. 2-run home run by Sarah Bogoski puts Roane State back on top. We will go to the bottom of the 5th and see where the seesaw lands in the next half inning. Thank you for joining us right here on the VolState Sports Network. VolState trails by a run. And 7, 8, and 9 come to the plate to face Jenna Sims. With a fastball up. Caitlin Dillard be followed by Addie Knoll. Somebody must have called their neighbors. Ground ball foul. Because those 8 people watching turned into 21 now. People just now getting, what'd you do, call all your friends, Kyle? Kyle's got 13 friends. He called every one of them. He did. The entire Tostenson slash, I don't know, you've told me your maiden name, I just don't remember it. Ground ball. Horn, no way, really? Ground out to begin the bottom of the fifth. Warren. W-O-R-N. I've never seen that last name. Never seen it. It's Christian Lynn will come in and have a one-on-one conversation with Tim Coffey. That usually means a change in the lineup. Addie Knoll will be taken down. Katie Robinson will. Sometimes it results in an ejection, doesn't it? Katie Robinson pinch hitting for Addie Knoll. There was one out in the fifth. Change up, very enticing on the outside corner for a called strike. Robinson came on for defensive purposes in game one. Did not get an at-bat. Addie Knoll goes 1 for 2. Expect her to return. She is the catcher. Robinson now with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Change up misses down in the dirt. Freshman from Murfreesboro Blackman High School, a diagnostic medical sonographer major here. The daughter of Ricky and Nikki Robinson. She's the little sister of Jackson. And the big sister to Mason. Jackson's in Paris Island down in South Carolina. At basic training, I believe, become a Marine. Jackson with an X. Mason, he's still in middle school. He's just a pukey little middle schooler, 11 years old. I wonder if he's got, I don't even know Mason. I'm just kidding, Mason. I don't know if you're pukey or not. But, you know, to a big sister, she probably loves you. She's going to draw a walk here just because she can. Second walk by Sims in the game. I got a nice email, I think, one time that I was broadcasting from Nikki. She actually sent a couple in. Told me about Pappy and Mimi in Murfreesboro and Poppy and Gigi in Woodbury, Tennessee. That's Cannon County, in case you wanted to know. I didn't know that until VolState baseball players. 2 of them out of Cannon County.